All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. So, today we'll be recapping UFC 312 main card. Now, overall, the card is pretty solid, in my opinion. I wasn't too surprised by uh, the fights, except for the co-main event between Zhang Weili and Tatiana Suarez. I thought Tatiana would have been a lot more effective with her wrestling. But yeah, that didn't work out too well. But I'll get to that fight momentarily. So kicking off the main card, Jake Matthews getting the unanimous decision victory over Francisco Prado. Wasn't surprised at all. Jake Matthews much more experience. Like I said, basically grew up inside the octagon, and he did his thing. And Prado, this is a learning experience for him. He's only like 22. He's got a lot of um, fights on the horizon. He's got a long ways to go. He'll be fine. And like I said, he's going to learn from this and he become a better fighter overall. But yeah, Jake Matthews getting the job done via unanimous decision. Next, Jimmy Crute and Adolfo Bellato fought a draw. Now, how tough is Bellator? I mean, that guy, he took a beating in the first round, clearly a 10-8, but then managed to rally back in the second and third. And those leg kicks that he was landing on Jimmy Crute was absolutely nasty. Kind of give flashbacks to Jose Aldo, Uriah Faber back in the WC days. But yeah, Jimmy Crute, he had that fight in the bag. He had it, but and then it slipped away from him. He definitely needs to learn how to check leg kicks, man, because that leg was getting chewed up. But yeah, it's a draw. Draws. I'm okay with draws. Nobody got robbed. Maybe they'll run it back down the road, but we'll see what happens. All right, next Justin Tafa versus Talion Teixeira. I mean, Talion, man, he's definitely a guy to keep your eye out on. That elbow was nasty. I mean, I believe he's like 25, so he's young. He's 6'7", and there's not a lot of depth in the heavyweight division. Phenomenal striker. So there's a lot of fun matchups for him on the horizon. Next, probably get like a Jairzinho Rosenstrike, who just who's coming off a loss to Pavlovich, or probably a Saragon. That'll be fun also. But I'm not sure how good is his takedown defense. I mean, if the UFC really want to test that, they'll give him a Jonathan Almeida or a Curtis Blades. But I don't know. I don't think you're gonna get a Jailton right now because Jailton is on a roll currently. Maybe a Curtis Blades. We'll see what happens, man. But definitely a guy to keep your eye out on, man. I'm excited to see who he fights next because I'll definitely be tuning in. And in the co-main event, Zhang Weili, man, getting unanimous decision victory over Tatiana Suarez. Man, I was really rooting for Tatiana because she's been set back with injuries. She has the skill set to become champion. She also beat cancer. But Zhang Weili is just like I said before. I believe she's in her prime right now, and that showed Saturday night. Tatiana, she definitely won the first round, but after that, I mean, Zhang Weili just took over, and she got better as the fight went on. Her takedown defense was on point. Later on in the fight, her striking is always on point, but everything, she was just beating up Suarez, and maybe there's a last chance. Suarez, this was Suarez's only chance at a UFC title. Because of her age, her injuries and whatnot. I don't know, man. But right now, who's next for Zhang Weili? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I don't can't think of any woman in the strawweight division that could even come close to challenging her. You know, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. What matchup the UFC give her next? But she needs some competition for sure. But shout out to Zhang Weili, man, getting the job done. Just continue to get better and better each and every fight. And last but not least, in the main event, Dricus Du Plessis retaining his title over Sean Strickland. And I could say the same thing for Du Plessis. He just continues to get better and better each and every fight. I believe he's a guy who's also entering into his prime, and he just outclassed Sean Strickland. I know Sean Strickland most likely came into the fight with a staph infection on his arm, but take nothing away from Dracus Du Plessis, man. He put on an absolute clinic on Sean Strickland. Broke his nose badly, but Sean Strickland, being the warrior that he is, just continued to fight. And obviously, next for Dracus Du Plessis is Hamzat Chimaev. That fight, I'm very, very excited to see how that one plays out, because we know Hamzat Chimaev, the way he fights, he comes out guns blazing. Can he steamroll Du Plessis like he did Robert Whitaker and Kevin Holland in the past? That remains to be seen, man. But the thing is, if Du Plessis is gonna have to weather the first round. He's got to weather the storm in the first round. If he's able to get out of there unscathed, and then the second and third round, it'll be interesting to see how Hamzat keeps up that pace later on in the fight. Because Dracus Du Plessis, his cardio is really good. He's unorthodox. He's herky jerky. I'm just curious to see how his takedown defense is against a guy like Hamzat Chimaev. But we'll see what happens, man. But I'm definitely looking forward to that fight later on this year. And for Sean Strickland, man, he's going back. I don't know who's next for him, really. I can't think of anyone like in particular that jumps off the middleweight list that will say, oh, that would be a good matchup for Sean Strickland. I don't know, but nevertheless, I like Sean Strickland. Whoever he fights next, I'll definitely be tuning in to see how that fight plays out. But yeah, man, Dracus Du Plessis just keeps getting better and better. And also at UFC 312, Israel Adesanya and Kelvin Gastelum, their fight got inducted into the Hall of Fame. If you never watched that fight between Kelvin Gastelum and Izzy, you need to go watch that fight. That probably is one of the best middleweight fights of all time. It's definitely up there. But if you haven't seen it, definitely go see that fight. That fight was phenomenal. And also, it was good to see Israel Adesanya sitting next to Alex Pereira, and uh, the picture of them smiling. It was good to see, two rivals just sitting side by side. You know, that was a cool moment to see. And overall, I like the main card was on point. You know, the prelims. I'll be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to see the prelims. Uh, Wong Tong back in the win column, and yeah. So yeah, that's about it. But yeah, overall, like I said, I like the main card. It was pretty good. Oh yeah, and before I go, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles getting the job done against Kansas City Chiefs. I didn't expect that game to play out like that. I thought it would have been like a competitive, high scoring game, like back and forth. Both teams will be scoring touchdowns, but the Philadelphia Eagles, man, their defense showed up and showed out. I can't remember how many times they sacked Mahomes in that game, but it was crazy to see, man. So yeah, fly Eagles, fly! Shout out to them, and congratulations to Jalen Hurts and the entire Eagles squad. Yeah, I enjoyed that game, And the halftime show, Kendrick Lamar did his thing, you know. But yeah, shout out to that. And all right, with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, you guys be safe and enjoy the fights. Peace.